jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son, actions over words, baby boy, is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come back sports, talking way too much, world come back sports, talking way too much, world come back
Big shout out to the first in the building. Carlos Rosado is on deck. What it do, brother? Salute to you. WCS salute on this Holy Sunday. OG solid win by Linares last night. Yeah, man. Hey, big shout out to the hottest chat in the MFing game. A-side official. No negotiation needed, period. You already know, man, it's Sunday. Thought I'd come in here with a little bit of that holy hot grease. You know what I'm saying? Just because you add holy to it don't mean it ain't hot. I had to talk about this okay, you know what I'm saying, this okay boxing week that we had, this boxing weekend. You know, it was okay. It was all right. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Let's get down to the biggest topic was that, we had Jack Caterall that was on deck. And, pretty much what he was known for with people. First of all, let me introduce him. 28 victories in, 1 defeat, and 13 knockouts from the UK. You're mad? Southpaw on deck. He went in there against Jorge Linares. Jorge has over 55 plus professional fights, right? And Jack Caterall's, momentum was beaming pretty high once he came off that performance with Josh Taylor. We already know that, man. A lot of people felt that he won that fight, but they gave it to Josh Taylor, and Caterall wasn't able to levitate to the next level, which would have did him justice with all those titles that was on the line, right? Taylor was cutting that fight. You know what I'm saying? That was some knockdowns. Caterall was abducted a point. It's a lot of different ways this fight could have went. But the main reason why I'm mentioning this is because Caterall was pretty much riding off a high coming off that performance. So if you come off somebody with Josh Taylor and it was a split decision win, then you should keep that momentum. He's only 30 years old, you know what I'm saying? Keep that momentum going. And that was in 22. He comes in 23 and he fights Foley, pretty good experienced fighter, 22-4-1, and he wins a UD. Now, yesterday I thought for sure that him going in there with the experience, Jorge Linares, I thought for sure with only one loss to his jacket, his boxing ledger, Jack Caterall was going to show us how it's done. Jack was going to be the jack of all trades. But yet, he left me in a goddamn sleepy funk, in a goddamn lazy, lethargic haze, goddamn it. I don't know what the hell I was watching. Flash dance up in that bitch. I was disappointed. I'm not gonna lie, I was disappointed. I'm not gonna lie to you. But we're gonna have to get back to them because they the main event today. let me just say this. I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy with Jorge Linares doing very little to really, put himself out there for once and for all. This melatonin type freaking matchup that we had against two individuals that has had enough experience, that can bang out, that can give us a very good competitive evening of fight. You know what I'm saying? They could have did a whole lot better. They could have gave us a lot more electricity, energy, you know what I'm saying, action. And it just didn't live up to it. It was more like a melatonin type of damn matchup. Everything dealing with relaxation. You know what I'm saying? A supplemental placebo to help you get ready to turn in for the night. You know what I'm saying? It was like a glass of warm freaking milk to prepare you for the goddamn holidays is coming up. It wasn't nothing to goddamn rejuvenate your sense of interest. It sucked, man. The fight was okay, but goddamn it, man, I expected more out of that fight. I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to Big Blunts and Boxing, the gold in the building. What's good with the Blunts? How you feeling, man? I'm gonna get back to Jorge Linares. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get back to Jorge Linares and Jack Caterall because they pissed me off, man. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, they pissed me off. That's the one I was really looking forward to. I was really looking for, to see if Linares can kind of get a signature win over somebody who gave in there and went in there and gave a pretty decent performance against Josh Taylor. I was really looking for him, Jorge Linares, to show that he's not the gatekeeper. He hasn't relegated himself just to be in that position. I was looking for you to step out of that, man. I was looking for you to then finally, get your shining moment this late in the game and let them know, hey, I'm still competitive. I still got it. And it's almost like they was just two-stepping, bro. They was moving around, shuffling. Man, it was a carousel of freaking boredom to me. I may be over-exaggerating it a little bit, but goddamn it, shit. Caterall did get the dub last night. My bad. Why I said Linares. I don't know. I'm just looking at it like everybody do things different on the weekend, Carlos. You might have had a very nice time and you're still feeling the effects of Saturday into Sunday. It happens all the time, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at it any type of way. You know what I'm saying? I'm not placing judgment. You know what I'm saying? It takes people time to calibrate psychologically and get back into the groove of things after having a very good weekend. But if I must let y'all know, Monday is tomorrow and the rotation starts back over. Okay, just I'll let you know that. That wasn't a real Rocha, it was a clone. We're gonna get on Rocha, man. Alexis Rocha. Let's say, Alexis Rocha was 23 victories in, 1 defeat with 15 knockouts, right? And that one loss, we already know is a UD loss to Rashidi Ellis. We was damn near at the post-op of freaking the pandemic, so to speak, right? So he would go after Rashidi Ellis. He would go on a 7-fight win streak, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Alexis Rocha will go on a 7-fight win streak. And also within those 7 wins, 5 of those were stoppages. I remember the time. I remember the time. I remember when I heard content creators out here talking about, oh shit, Alexis Rocha beats Blair Cobbs. Alexis Rocha beats Blair Cobbs, stops Blair Cobbs. 15-0 Blair Cobbs will stop tonight. Alexis Rocha, who can beat Rocha? And then I heard him talk about Crawford. I heard them bringing up Alexis Rocha name to fight Crawford next because he was the next killer in line. Out of those 5 wins, out of those 7 win streaks, 7 fights he had on the win streak, 5 of those were stoppages, right? And one of the most notable stoppages that he stopped Blair Cobb in round 9, and it left everybody talking about it. I remember when people were saying, yes, Rocha, that's who Crawford should fight next. If it ain't Boots, right? If it ain't Boots, they throw freaking Rocha in there. Oh, Rocha, put Rocha in there. Oh, man, that would be a real good fight. Put Rocha in there, man. Southpaw. Oh, my God. You know what I'm saying? He's young, too. Crawford old as dirt. Oh, my God. This will be the fight right here. You know what I'm saying? Rocha 5'10", 70-inch reach. He has everything to give Crawford problems, dog. This was the guy they was talking about, y'all. They brought this man off the momentum. I'm talking about off that goddamn beam, that glass, goddamn it. People's lives change when they on that glass. They was puffing on something real good. Rick James says a hell of a drug. Rocha goddamn knocked out Blair Cobbs, man, and nobody could tell nothing. He kept on winning. Luis Veron, Jesus Campos, George Ashe, Anthony Young, stoppage in the 5th round. Now he runs into Giovanni Santillian. This is for the WBO, the WBO, NABO, welterweight titles up. This is a 12-round fight, y'all. Rocha was down twice in round 5. Round 6, the fight was waved off. Couldn't make the count. Giovanni Santillian upsets, so to speak. Now, it don't have to be the upset that we used to as boxing fans, because Giovanni Santillian was 32 victories and 0 defeats. Don't get it twisted. He went in there with every intention of letting people know that I'm better than this dude, and I'm way more experienced. 17 knockouts in the game, man. You can't underestimate the guy. You know what I'm saying? He came in and did what he was supposed to do. Rocha was 26 years old. Giovanni, 31 years old. Both of these guys, southpaw bangers. You know what I'm saying? The one that had the disadvantage was Giovanni. He was 5'8" with a 68.5-inch reach. Come on, bro. Giovanni say it's my night. It ain't ladies' night, goddamn it. It's Giovanni's night. I'm gonna get to the ladies later on when I goddamn knock your ass out. I'm gonna get back to the ladies once I get out the shower, put my shit on. I'm going out of town and let them know my name's Giovanni, bitch. I just went in there and stopped Rocha. Yeah, the one that they was putting up there with Crawford. But my biggest question is now, are y'all gonna start throwing Giovanni's name up there for the top dog? You know what I'm saying? Are y'all gonna start throwing him up at the next big? What y'all gonna do next? Y'all gonna say he's the next challenge for the title because he knocked out the supposedly Crawford killer? Rocha was supposed to be the Crawford killer, right? Right. Right. Rocha was the Crawford killer, gonna be the one that go in there and hand Crawford his first loss coming off of Blair Cobb's knockout. Am I right or wrong? Man, they was heralding this man as the next. They say, oh man, Crawford got troubles dealing with What's up, man? My fault. Something just happened. Whatever. Whatever happened. But yeah, hey, I'm looking at this whole thing with Rocha and entire makeup of the 147-pound post Crawford Spence and stuff like that. And let's just say, okay, let's just say Keith Thurman, wins his fight. I mean, the old guard about to be out. Keith Thurman is a part of that, but he act like he don't want to move up to 154. So I really don't know what's gonna happen, but I can look at Giovanni and say, as far as the sanctioned body goes, is he going to be in the running for one of those sanctioned body belts in the near future on the horizon? I think he will. If everything doesn't work out with him like it did Rocha. You know what I'm saying? He is undefeated now. And I know people wasn't thinking that he was going to go in there and run over. Alexis Rocha is going to go in there and run over Giovanni Santillian. I never seen that coming. I never seen it coming. How the fuck did Jack stop an old ass Jorge who been stopped 6 out of 8? And see, that's what I'm talking about with that fight. They went in there and did a good old goddamn 4-corner jamboree, goddamn it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they was very much pacing themselves. The cadence was different. Man, this wasn't the same one who fought Josh Taylor. It's almost like they had an agreement to move around and this, that, and the other. May have been a level of respect, or whatever the case may be. But I know the punch exchanges, man, was limited. It wasn't an action fight. And they was talking shit about Devin Haney beating Linares and being Linares losing most at the time Devin fought him, all his losses were stoppages. Okay, let me put it that way. And Devin was going to be the first one that Linares lose to that went the distance. Now that's not the case. It's Jack Caterall too. So that pretty much provides company for Devin Haney in that perspective, if I'm being petty. But that shit last night was, it was some good punches, small punches on the exchange when they was pocket boxing. And, it just wasn't too much activity on the outside. Neither fighter was really just stabbing one another with the jab. No technical proficiency there, like it was a true competitive boxing match. It sucked, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. It just sucked with me. It just sucked. Grim Reaper on deck. What's good with it, brother? Yeah, man. Hell yeah. Linares will have beat Rolly. Hell yeah. Yeah, and this is what I'm talking about. Linares want to retire after the fight, but he retired before the fight. And people, and Caterall's team knew he was going to retire, and they didn't want to send him out with a knockout. So they just danced around. That's all. They just danced around. The man don't have anything else to prove, Jorge Linares. He's always come in shape. He just has, at one point in time before Devin Haney, all his losses were stoppages. And you know what I'm saying? And he seems he still have all his faculties solid, stable, greened up. He don't seem like he's going through any type of mechanical function, psychological issues, neurological impairment. So I wish him nothing but the best, man. But that fight yesterday for Caterall, man, it was another shit. You know what they say for boxing? It was another freaking black eye, because all they did was just move around and throw nice little soft punches and, just buy time after time. And Caterall respected the fact that Linares was who he was, man. Seriously. Linares was calling out Ryan and Rolly for a retirement check. Rocha is a decent fighter. He got beat on yesterday, though. I mean, sometimes decent isn't good enough. We already understand that. Decent can be decent for another good fighter. If you're a decent fighter, you can look more than decent when you're facing a good fighter. But decent isn't good enough when you're talking about a great fighter who you need to be greater just so you won't look decent against a greater fighter. Period. You can look decent all day long, but you can't be decent in there with a greater fighter. You got to be great right along with the greater fighter. Your decent ain't good enough. Your decent should be good enough against a good fighter, right? Rocha found that out. Rocha was decent against a good fighter in Blair Cobbs. You know what I'm saying? Rocha was decent. On that night, he was decent to greater in that moment in that competing with Blair Cobbs. That's why he looked the way he did. But he had to be greater than decent going in here against Giovanni Santillian. But yet he chose to, with his game plan, his strategy, it just wasn't enough for him to go in there and win yesterday. They smoking on that Diddy James. Rocha got hit with the man strength last night. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Rocha got broke down, bro. Rocha got broke down, man. It was different grown man strength in there, man. Shit. Dude got over 30 professional wins on this shit, man. Come on, bro. Who didn't do their homework? Not too many people said Rocha will have a chance versus Bud. He was just a position via rankings. Man, a lot of people was throwing Rocha up there, talking about he'll be a good opponent for Crawford. They was hyping Rocha up. Oh, man. I'm talking about the blasphemy was all day, every day, man. Shoot, they was screaming out that motherfucking banter all over the damn network. Oh, Rocha be a good opponent for Crawford. Oh, Rocha be a good opponent for Crawford. Oh, man, he looks strong in there. Tough, solid, durable, resilient. Oh, my God. Rocha suffered the Spence curse. I don't know about that. I don't know if I put him on the Spence curse or not, because Spence wasn't coming off a loss. First of all, Spence was still undefeated. Much higher level fighter, and it wasn't a rivalry, so to speak, between him and Giovanni Santillian. It wasn't no rivalry. They just had to fight one another. So when that moment presented itself, Santillian took the best of it. He was the better man. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing in my thought process that provides him with the Spence curse. If you're talking about the way he was beat down, now I don't look at it like that either. You know what I'm saying? Because Spence, if you look at it, Spence got up. Spence was on his feet when the fight ended. Rocha wasn't. Rocha couldn't make the count. Spence made the count. I would give Spence that. I will credit him that in the salute. He is a tough SOB. Seriously. Spence got heart, man. You know what I'm saying? He kept getting up. How can you be decent with the loss to Rashidi Ellis? You're decent. He didn't get stopped by Rashidi Ellis. Even though Rashidi Ellis lost to Ramon Villa, doesn't mean he ain't a decent fighter. He was fighting his ass off all the way through the fight when it looked like he might get stopped. And he still made it to the final bell. Rashidi Ellis is a decent fighter. He is. Everything else with his inactivity and his opponents, what's that got to do with anything? How many losses do Rashidi have? You know what I'm saying? If he lost a unanimous decision, y'all can't look at it like it's a KO. A loss is a loss. Look at Rolly. He gets knocked out by Tank and then gets a title shot at 140 immediately. Effective immediately. ASAP. You know what I'm saying? Rolly is what you call a good fighter. A good fighter. He's good. He ain't decent to me. He ain't showed me he can adapt to anything when it hits to the next level. Take Tony Weeks out of there. He's looking at another L right now. I don't know why you want to know, because Rocha isn't done. know what I'm saying? Rocha is pretty goddamn young, to be honest. If I'm not, Alexis Rocha isn't an old dude. The man's still 26 years old, man. He's still good. He's 23 and 215 knockouts. He's still good. I mean, he's still going to be around there. They just had the wrong game plan. It's been several boxers in the history of the sport to face stoppages, to face knockouts and return and come back. You know what I'm saying? You have to look at the older Giovanni and say, okay, how long is Giovanni going to be at the 147-pound division? Because he's been there for a while now. He first came into the welterweight division back in 2017. So how long Giovanni is going to be at the welterweight division, I don't know. But he is 31 years old, and it doesn't mean he's going to be there for a long, extended period of time, with a belt. Because it's possible he may indeed get that belt, but he also been there for several years, and he's a much older fighter. So I'm not saying he's going to move up to 154 anytime soon. Because definitely that's a bigger jump. Real talk. Definitely definitely a different move when you're talking about size and, punching power, and a lot more of the cons that he has to deal with moving up from 47 to 54. But I think he still has some appraising value to his career, and he's young as hell, and he's gonna be okay. Seriously, he's gonna be okay, bro. He's gonna be okay. He's gonna be okay. As long as he don't move his ass up to 154, Rocha's gonna be okay, man. Giovanni called out Mario Barrios, of all people. I mean, I think that'll be a good fight because Mario Barrios is coming off, a pretty decent win, though. You got to give Mario that. You know what I'm saying? Mario Barrios is coming off a decent win. So, Barrios, outside of him having 2 straight losses back to back, that Tank, and then coming there fighting Keith Thurman. I like Mario Barrios. He's another one where you put him in the same conversation as Alexis Rocha. Right? I mean, look at him. You know what I'm saying? Look at Mario Barrios. Look how people have gotten back on the Mario Barrios wagon. He's 28 and 2 now. You're talking about a 28-year-old fight, 28 and 2, 18 knockouts. I mean, look at his momentum now. Him coming off, taking a back-to-back loss with Davis and Thurman, and then he beats Giovanni Santiago, where nobody was really looking for that. But yet, he gained back his freaking crowd-pleasing stats within the boxing community by beating Yordenis Ugas. You know what I'm saying? And swelling up his eye and looking good and strong like the Aztec warrior he is. Now, people are back on Mario Barrios bandwagon supporting him. And it's hard not to like Mario Barrios anyway. Real talk. It's just difficult not to like the dude. The dude is a warrior, man. Very, very cool cat, calm, collective. You know what I'm saying? Professional dude, Aztec warrior. And Mr. Ella Stacker, man. I think that'll be a good fight between him and Giovanni Santillian. Real talk. But I don't know what he's looking at. Because he's sitting at the WBC interim world welterweight title now. So I don't know what direction Mario is going. I don't know. How would he fare? What would be his reasoning for going that route? Let me take a look right quick at this right here. So of course Barrios, top 5. He's up pretty high in the WBC. And Giovanni Santillian, he's outside of the top 10 in the IBF. He's top 5 in the WBO. And He's not even in the top 15. Well, he will be now since he just beat Alexis Rocha, who was number 10. He was sitting at 10, so he's definitely going to be 10 or 9, depending on where they want to put him. So I still think it's a reach down for Mario Barrios, seriously. Like, it's some people there that Santillian can fight. It is some people there for him to fight. Before he get the Barrios. I want to see him in there with Boots. I don't know why, man. I don't know. I mean, that's an intriguing fight. If he's going to give us the same, activity and work rate that he gave Alexis Rocha, yeah, I want to see him in there. You know what I'm saying? Stylistically, is that pretty decent or tailor-made for Boots? I think it is. Stand there in front and bang. Yeah, I think it'll be a pretty good fight for Boots. Now we'll have to say, okay, is Giovanni tougher than what we thought? Can he go in there and be as crafty? Fighting in the pocket with Boots, who's very, slick in there, with his counter shots. You know what I'm saying? His head movement, the way he gets get in the rhythm and everything. Can Giovanni? Can he go in there and be a good dance partner? Or he's just going to be there with ankle weights on, getting picked apart? I don't mind the fight. I haven't really been thinking about him going in there with Boots. I don't mind it, But it was okay, I can't really complain about it. I mean, the fights was okay. Real talk. I want to look up something right quick. I wanted to mention also Gabriela Fundora, she won IBF World Fly. She won last night too. It was a fifth round stoppage, in case anybody was looking for that fight. You know what I'm saying? Victor Sandoval beat Ricardo Sandoval via unanimous decision. But besides that, bro, yesterday was okay, man. The former Crawford killer, Rocha, has to regroup and come back to the battlefield. You know what I'm saying? But I just thought last night, Caterall and Jorge Linares, they was trying to be in the good graces, and they had a conversation with Santa Claus to prepare them for the holiday festivities, for real. I think they was back there sipping on some motherfucking premium eggnog, just kicking it with Santa and on some bullshit. Oh, hey, it's been a pleasure. I'm going to give you your best gear this year. There, Linares, you're about to retire. I'm about to give you your best gift, okay? It's not something that you thought you would get from me, but God damn it, hey, it's heavy, and the reindeers are, they're ready for it. You know what I'm saying? They've been training hard all year round. And be sure you're at the window. We can't jump this down the chimney. You're going to like it. We just want to make sure you're good to go. You're a warrior. So we want above and beyond to get you your goddamn retirement. Okay? Above and beyond there, Jorge. But to the dismay of the fan base, we had to motherfucking sit through that shit. God damn it. God damn. That shit suck. What I will say, today is the 22nd, right? And this is the week of the final weekend of October, which leads us to the final 2 months of October. Final 2 months of 2023. With that said, we're looking forward to some upcoming fights, of course. We're looking forward to that David Benavidez Demetrius Andrade fight. And, more and more people are going to start talking about it. Now you have people who didn't even want to give Demetrius Andrade any chance of beating David Benavidez. They're looking at his size now. They're looking at his snack supplemental program. And they're saying, oh my God. I think Andrade can blow it off. Oh my God. I'm gonna put some money on this fight. I think he can do it. So they're overlooking the fact that David Benavidez has been big as shit for a long time. But to see the transformation of Demetrius Andrade get to this point, and now people are like, okay, frame for frame, he looks like he's built himself up real nice up into 168-pound division. Let me tell you this: David Benavidez is a light heavyweight cruiserweight. All right, he was a fat kid when he was younger, but he had them things, right? He had them Mexican things on them hands, right? And with Demetrius Andrade, he always been a smaller fighter. But when you put on muscle mass like this, if you do it properly to the point where you can carry it nicely, this is going to be a 12-round fight. You should have some success. If you carry forward your strength and conditioning with that strength, you should be good to go. But if you don't carry conditioning over, you might see some fatigue in the mid rounds once everybody start getting warmed up. I'm not too sure on why people jumping up and down and all around about Demetrius Andrade putting on weight and so forth. He still got to go in there and take punches. Davis used to taking punches at that weight. You know what I'm saying? You see him, he was looking real tight and lean for a while. And then as a recent, it looked like he got bigger, but he looked like a monster, bro. Like David looked like a monster in that motherfucker at 168. That's his weight right there. That nigga ain't built up the shit. He is 168, 175. Easy. So, in my opinion, Andrade is my curiosity as to how he handles himself. How's his engine? How's his fuel consumption is going to be in there dealing with the pace of David Benavidez walking right in front of him? And if he can't land a punch to hurt David, you know what I'm saying? Because David be squared up right in front of his ops. If he can't land then to stop him or keep him honest, man, it's going to be crucial, baby, for real. Amanda Serrano versus Danila Ramos. It's going to be the women's first 12-round fight, 3 minutes per round. Shout out to Amanda Serrano for pushing that envelope. She attempted to do that with Katie Taylor, but Katie Taylor wanted no parts of it. She didn't want no parts of it. She didn't want to be a part of history like that because she wasn't sure of her cardio. But Amanda Serrano, once again, 7-weight world champion, Hall of Fame as we speak. One of the best women to ever lace up the gloves. They're going 12 rounds, man. 3 minutes per round. Interesting. That fight's gonna be on October 27th. October 28th, you're gonna have Saudi Arabia ESPN pay-per-view. Of course, Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou in a 10-round non-title fight. Tyson Fury still is undefeated at the time. You know what I'm saying? And Francis Ngannou was a former UFC heavyweight world champion. He has suffered defeat in mixed martial arts, but this would be his first boxing match professionally. So I'm glad it's not for a title. But I don't see Francis coming up out of here with some haymaking knockout and stopping Tyson Fury. I don't see it. Tyson Fury's been down several times. He's been down before he even met Deontay Wilder in the ring. He's been down. He came back even stronger. You know what I'm saying? So I believe Tyson Fury gets it done. It shouldn't go the distance. I'm just saying. I think it's gonna be a TKO stoppage. The referee gonna stop it because PFL still has Francis Ngannou under contract. When you have fighters who are signed with neighboring organizations in combat sport, they can take on these fights with the communication to the commission and everything that, you know what, if you have to, please save him, stop the fight. We don't want to get him flatline. Why? Because we still have money that we want to make with this guy. You know what I'm saying? I tell people that all the time. You think they don't talk? Hell yeah, they talk. Hold on for a second. Yeah, we're back. They should move him to 1 and 2 in the WBO. Yep. I got Andrade by split decision, but I know David gonna make it a fight. I just hope David ain't having a fat camp. I don't know anybody that's worrying about David Benavidez having a fat camp is focused on the wrong thing. That to include you, Blunts. It ain't no way in hell anybody should be thinking about David having a fat camp. David has already been on record several times as being a big boy. You know what I'm saying? So if he had to get up out the diet, you know how tough it is to maintain a diet like that? It's tough, bro. You have to let your body you have to let your body rebound. Period. Like I maintain a certain level of low percentage body fat when I was coming up, but it wasn't all that. Like I knew specific times. I knew when the summer was, I wanted to goddamn be shredded on the summer, plus the heat, running outside, playing all that shit. But when it got to the cold weather, I wasn't sitting up there shredded like that. I knew what it was. I was gonna be layered up, and I'm good. David don't have to worry about that. David, he understands he's a fat kid, and he gets back into that mode right there. His body is that. Like David's gonna be at 175 real soon, and I don't think he's gonna come off a loss with Demetrius Andrade to make him make that move to 175. I don't think so. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't think it's gonna be Demetrius that's saying, you know what, he convinced me tonight. I wasn't who, I didn't feel the way I thought I would feel. Maybe I stayed at division too long. But Demetrius fought a good fight, and I think I'm moving up once. No, this is not gonna be the anthem, y'all. It's not gonna be an anthem. I don't think so, at least. I'm just being honest. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Don't get yourself in a fickle. Damn, I forgot we got Fury Nagano this weekend. I see Usyk complaining about injuries that he'll be going into the Fury fight with. Sound like he making excuses. I don't know what's going on with Fury, Usyk, man. I really don't. I really don't. I can't call it, bro. I don't know what's going on with Usyk. I don't know. But David Benavidez, Demetrius Andrade is going down November 25th. You know what I'm saying? I do like this fight also in Dublin, Ireland against Chantel Cameroon versus Katie Taylor. I like that fight. It's a 10-round fight. Of course, they're on the old school rules or whatever. And that's gonna be a good fight. Katie Taylor be banging out. Cameroon, you already know. Cameroon, man, she's tough too. Both of them ladies are tough. And then the now talked about, you know, people are waving pictures around and posting them everywhere. I see them floating around, and I admit, you know, Devin Haney does look bulky for 140 pounds. Like he's put on some nice muscle mass. I'm not going to criticize him putting on muscle mass, you know, because people are entirely focused, you know, in investing every bit of energy they have to become sports nutritionist experts now. So they want to look at Devin and saying, oh, he didn't used to be this big. He's on the snack program. Okay. So we have another fighter that has put on muscle mass. That means the snack program is effective in putting on muscle mass. Within the boxing rules and policy and guidelines and the standard operating procedures, it don't say anything about a fighter that cannot bulk up, God damn it. We just seen the fighter that went in there against Nico Ali. It doesn't get any more muscular than him. Dude look like a bodybuilder. He can bang out too. I ain't gonna lie. He can bang out. That little pocket muscle bound nigga, that nigga can bang out. And it says, I wonder what program he was on. He must, if freaking Crawford and Devin and all these cats on the snack program, then he had to be on the attack program, because that dude had muscles coming out his back, neck, ears, you know what I'm saying, arms, fingers, all that. So Devin Haney, who's heading in Regis Progress December 9th, Haney's looking bulked up, man. I ain't gonna lie. He's looking like a damn welterweight right now. I don't know how this gonna play out, bro. Like, you know, granted, he in the 5 pounds in the weight cut. He asked, because we don't have to sit up here and wonder, is this gonna be a tough weight cut? But goddamn, bulked up as shit for one, and he's freaking swarming Regis. And I know I'm not gonna be contradicting in this. I'm not gonna contradict, because they were saying the same shit with Spence, but with Spence it was more so body weight. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, he's much bigger. It wasn't like he was muscular. They was waiting for him to shred up to see if he was going to be more muscular than Crawford. But, you know, I remember when they was facing off and they said, oh, man, Crawford is so much smaller than Spence and this, that, and the other. But when they started cutting down, it wasn't that much of a difference. With Devin right now, with over a month out, of course, he does look muscular. His aesthetics has increased. There has been some muscular advancement, you know, heading to this fight with Regis. And I'm just curious to see how the mechanical functions work in this fight, as far as his speed goes, his endurance, and of course the power. Everybody want to know if Devin Haney's gonna register some different type of power numbers. You know what I'm saying? What is the numbers are gonna register on this power punching? What are we looking at? What is the generated force and velocity? God damn it. That's what I want to see. But December 9th, man, you got Regis Progress and Devin Haney, 12 round for Progress, WBC junior welterweight title. I don't know, man. It's a lot of buffoonery that's been going on with, you know, both teams, and I don't know how this fight gonna play out. I don't go off that size shit like that. Just because the fighter's moving up, they all bulked up and big. I mean, Tank wasn't big when he moved up and fought Barrios. He still went in there and stopped him. He still went in there and stopped him. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. He still went in there and stopped him, bro. There's been plenty of fights. You know, one like Jess Ben Rodriguez was bulked up when he moved up and fought Carlos Kudros. You know what I'm saying? I mean, size don't necessarily matter. You know what I'm saying? Bivol beat the brakes off freaking my boy Zerto. He was huge up in that bitch. He was huge. And got the brakes beat off of him. January 13th, you have Beterbiev retain, Beterbiev, as they call him. Artur Beterbiev. He's returning versus Callum Smith. Callum Smith used to be the former super middleweight WBA champion. He's returning. 12-round affair for Beterbiev's WBC, WBO, and IBF light heavyweight titles. That's gonna be a good fight. Beterbiev is a monster. That's gonna be a good fight. I'm not gonna hold you on that. That's gonna be a solid fight right there. I like that. I like that. November 4th, you have Subriel Matias up in there against Sho Johan. It got Aragash. 12 rounds for Matias IBF junior welterweight title. You know, Matias is absolutely talented fighter, but he don't do anything else between fights. You don't hear too much about him. I mean, you know, he's just gonna be one of those fighters that people know about, unless he go in there and beat somebody of a notable name. Let's just say he unified the division. He beat a Teofimo Lopez. He beat a Regis. You know what I'm saying? He beat somebody of notoriety. He's just going to continue to be who he is. You know what I'm saying? That's all. November 16th, you have Shakur Stevenson and Edwin De Los Santos. 12 rounds for the vacant WBC lightweight title. I like this fight because Shakur Stevenson is basically advancing once again, progressing, productivity, making the most of his 20s as a boxer. Because, you know, my nickname for Shakur Stevens is the Emperor of boxing. I knew he would rise. He's rising right now, bro. And Shakur is stepping into his third weight division. He's not even 30 years old yet. And not only that, I think Shakur most productive, transformative years is going to be when he turns 30. You know, at his late 20s, which he's at right now, in his 30s. I mean, bro, I think Shakur is going to be on part of some of the biggest fights coming up. He is. And I do see him going in there beating Edwin De Los Santos, man. His mindset is just a different caliber human being. You know, at the end of the day, he understands he's a pugilist, but he do understand to be one of the greatest pugilists, he has to learn from those who he considered to be great. And one of his mentors is Bud Crawford and many other fighters out there. You know what I'm saying? So his mindset, man, is not just being a killer, but a student. For real, that's what I like about Shakur, man. So at least he don't have to deal with goddamn Saint Lunatic freaking Frank Martin to get a little. Then I hope you're right, OG. If Boo Boo whoops him, he might just go up there and hope Canelo comes to 175. I don't know. That ain't happening, Blunts. Man, Canelo ain't following no nigga. Like, Canelo is making money whatever he want to make money. Why would he want to go up to 75 and follow Benavidez if he didn't want to do the 168? He ain't trying to fight that, man. I think Amanda will stop this girl with the extra time allotted to her. Yeah. I feel you on that. I think the person with the cardio, Amanda Serrano, I think she's the one to run these 3 minute rounds. I think she's the one to kick it off. Yes, sir. Because, man, her engine is crazy, man. Her engine is crazy. I was there sit in the pocket and try to stop Regis. It's gonna be interesting, man, because when you say stop, I mean, who's been able to do that with Regis? And then also, I mean, he couldn't stop Kambosos or Lomachenko though. So do you see Regis being a lower caliber opponent than Regis and Lomachenko? I mean, um, do you see Regis being a lower caliber opponent than George Kambosos and Lomachenko? I don't quite decipher the stopping when you talk about Regis. I don't find him as a lower caliber opponent than George Kambosos or Lomachenko like that. For him to go out there and get stopped by Devin, who hasn't possessed that stinging, lethal punching power. I like Regis, but I want to see something that's highly unexpected. I agree. I'll check the box on with that. We want to see something that pretty much, get us jumping, bro. Just like crisscross, bro. I mean, we want to see something different. You know what I'm saying? We want to see something to get the whiskers moving, the hair standing up. Not just the same thing, Regis. You better listen to your fans, bro. They want to see you do something unexpected. Unexpected, Regis. Not the same shit, Regis. I respect Rugaru. I like it. I respect you as a fighter. But let's be honest. People want to see something that has that shock and awe value there, Regis. I'm just saying. Finger to the forehead, push you back a little bit. You say, I know you just didn't do that type of shit. Yeah, they want to see that, Regis. They want to see you get pissed. They want to see you get foolish up in that motherfucker, dog. That press conference didn't do it to us, bro. That shit was like soggy mashed potatoes, man. For real. Pouring some goddamn cold milk on that shit and say, hey, it tastes the same. It tastes the same. It just looks different. Just think of it as like having smothered chicken fried steak. And we put that white gravy on it. But this is 2% milk. It's going to taste the same, Regis. You know what I'm saying? Your personality is beginning to become soggy a bit. Somebody wants some motherfucking energy. They want the spice, bro. They want some Cajun in that bitch. Coming to a press conference after saying the man expunged one of his losses in Mexico, and you just sat there. Oh my God, man! I'll let these two clowns talk. No, bro. No, that was the wrong time to do that shit. Nobody ain't trying to see you be cool. You know what I'm saying? No. We weren't trying to see that, bro. No. No, we was looking for you to be dogmatic. Somebody better talk to Regis. What do you think he dealing with, man? Hey, fans are anxious right now. You know what I'm saying? Fans are anxious to know what's next. You know what I'm saying? They ain't trying to get all this carefree type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I want everybody to step on the elevator for a minute. We're just going to have a dark room moment. Okay? We're going to get everybody's spirits back up. So when we get off of this next floor, which is going to be 3 floors up, that's where we're going to find ourselves in the sport of boxing heading into 2024. Okay? All right? Just pay attention to the music. Relax. Find your center. Yeah. And please, it's only going to be temporary, okay? So don't be mad that people's breathing on your back, in your face, and all that. And, we just came back from lunch, so it's going to be some different scents in here, some different spices, okay? Those of you, I saw you over there eating those freaking, those buffalo wings. I know they're tart right now. I smell it already. You know what I'm saying? I smell the goddamn oxtails up in here. Whoo! Hurry up. What floor are we on? Okay, one more floor to go. Okay, be patient. We want some shock and awe, bro. We don't want no motherfucking hummingbird shit. Motherfuckers sitting back watching hummingbirds. Wow, this is what I thought boxing would always be. Unfucking believable. Look how fast that hummingbird just moving swiftly back and forth, just like a boxer's lateral movement. It's just unbelievable. Boxing fan talk. What's good with it, bro? Salute to you. I'm having Zorilla flashbacks to when Regis got dropped. Why? Why? I mean, you shouldn't have none of that. You know why? You got to take Devin. You got to take Devin at face value. You know what I'm saying? And him moving. Yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see. What else is up on the horizon? December 2nd, Ryan Garcia versus Oscar Duarte. Oscar Duarte, 12 round junior welterweight. I know a lot of you all, that's your favorite fighter, Ryan Garcia. He's going to be back in San Antonio, Texas. And, I'm not sure he's going to do his whole camp over there at the World Class Furniture Store, but we'll see how he looks, man. You know, I want to know what he learned in that freaking that dungeon right there, that warehouse. I want to know if he actually went back, because I did see him over there in Vegas training with Floyd. So I'm wondering how many weeks he's going to spend when he returns back to Texas for that fight. And will Diddy James be in his corner as a trainer? Of course, the fight I'm looking forward to in December 16th, Glendale, Arizona, the Zone. Jess Bam Rodriguez versus Sonny Edwards, 12 rounds. That's going to be a good fight. It's going to be for Rodriguez WBO flyweight title and Edwards IBF flyweight title. I like that fight right there. I like that fight. That should be a banger. That should be a banger. Yes, sir. But besides that, right? I don't know if many of you knew this, but it was one point in time where I was calling the Paul brothers the Goo Paul brothers. But even though they're trying to swim their way through the channels, of connecting with people on this boxing scene and combat sports and entertainment, period, they're doing a very good job with it. I'm not even gonna hold you on that. Like the vessels that they're using to get themselves through this goddamn current is unbelievable. MVP Promotions with Jake Paul runs and Amanda Serrano is signed to. Just was extended with the Zone, man. I mean, these dudes out here making crazy money. You have Logan Paul over there jumping off top ropes, freaking on main events over there, World Wrestling Entertainment, and then doing the boxing shit. Even though that fight was super duper uber trash garbage against Dillian Dennis. Oh my God, one of the worst I've seen in the past 10 years, bro. Besides Francis Ngannou and Derek Lewis in mixed martial arts, but yeah, he's doing his thing, man. Shout out to the Paul brothers. These boxers this day and time, in order for you to have some type of eye relief on your future, being that you get ready to hang up the gloves and everything, you got to try something different. You got to get out here and try something different in your career. Find a different path. Try to get linked up with some sponsorship. I know it's easy for me to say because I'm not your team. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just putting it out there. You got to find another collateral means of income to start stacking away and building up your future business. Else is going to be a lot of guys on here still competing outside of their competitive edge. And it's going to look bad, bro. Nobody's really trying to get back in fight camp. No, they want to put on some dress shirts and go to business meetings. And they want to see, their profits come in. They want to continue to build a portfolio when it comes to the business. Well, that's neither here nor there, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you need people. I know Crawford and Ryan Garcia has been talking. I know Crawford's been saying that, hey, the fighters need a place at the table. But it's amazing how boxers went for decades and decades, and they try to keep boxers far away from the table. And then the wild part about it even more is that they can go through this Serengeti, right, and compete in this damn brutal sport, the hurt business, for years upon years. And then you can't call nobody at the goddamn table when it's time for you to knot them up. And you're gone. You can't call nobody at the table. So not only do they not want you at the table, but when it's time for you to get the hell on, it's nobody you're gonna be able to call at the table. If you hit rock bottom to get you where you need to, it's over. It's done. So if a boxer is planning on trying to get at the table and let their voices be heard, if they feel that they can change the thing, what are you going to change? The difficulty is going to come into what changes can be made, and is it going to take a collective group of people? If it's going to take a collective group, which is considered to be like unions and stuff like that, yeah, you're gonna have to get legal teams organized. You're gonna have to get people that are experienced in this field of work to be able to get this information together, build some type of freaking informational system to just get it started, because boxing is not even regulated. So, it's not like you're talking to one entity. It's no HR department in the sport of boxing, bro. It's not no HR department. That's the brutal reminder. I mean, who are you going to go for boxing? A single promotion? That single promotion doesn't mean it's in uniform with the next promotion, the next one, the next one, the next one. Everybody's running off different shit. Everybody has a different way of handling and running their business. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The entire staff, the entire I guess the accountability aspect that's from promotion to promotion is different. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is instructed to run business with these different promotions for each fight, different than the next promotion. And though we don't know what that is, it can't be in uniform, because the schedules aren't the same. You know what I'm saying? The fighters aren't the same. They don't have the same amount of fighters in each division on every promotion. The schedules are different. The networks are different. The budget is different. It's going to continue to be a freaking uphill climb, man. You know what I'm saying? It's going to continue to be an uphill climb. And I understand the fighters want a place at the table. If they can get one, cool. But there's a lot of people don't want these fighters at the tables for a reason. Just based off the simple strength that they have to listen to them. There's a lot of people like, hey, we're running things up here. And when we get information that you should be informed about, then we'll find a channel for you to get it. We will find a way to communicate this and transmit that information or disseminate it down to you. Until then, just wait on what we got going on. You know how the shit work. It's fucked up, but that's just the way it is, bro. I think Callum ends the KO record. Okay. All right. I mean, people thought that he was going to be the next one to give Canelo his second loss, and he went in there and became a part of the mannequin challenge. The nigga like 6'20", 6'20", goddamn it, and he just stood there and let Canelo beat on him. He can't do that with Beterbiev. What happened? Regis gave WCS a call and told him to chill. I don't know what you mean. Regis gave me a call and told me to chill. What was that? I'm lost. Bruce Gas, Boxer Jackson Moore. What's good with it, Bruce? Salute to you, though, G. How you feeling? Andrew Charles on deck. I see you in the building. What's up with it? I don't know what that Regis gave me a call and told me to chill. Chill with what? What was I saying that I need to chill about? I'm just curious. But people, I'll be back on a little later. I got to take care of some business. Appreciate y'all holding it down. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MFing game, A-Side Official. Appreciate y'all pulling up. We should do it again. Hit the like button on your way out, man. Like, share, and sub if you feel. I'm out. Peace.
Left jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss. Now you counting stars, should've practiced more. Should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
Hey, what you got to say there, champ? Yeah, man. What's up, Black? It's your turn. What you got to say? What you got to say? To this day. To this day. To this day.